Hello, welcome back. Okay, so this one will be short. It's just a 2 week update. I feel like it's easier almost on you guys, you wonderful viewers, if they are shorter. So if they're just like a shorter video, quick information instead of like, I missed a month, here's 35 minutes of everything we've ever done. Also, pardon me, I look insane. These are cute though, these little ringlets by my ears. Everything else is a bit cray-cray. What can you do? But I figured short ones are better, so here we go. The last 2 weeks, let's get started. So we'll start with some exciting news. First, I have finished editing my book. It has been sent to production, so hopefully in the next couple of days, I will know when it will be ready to be published. So I'm very excited. If you want to read it, the book, and write a review, and be like on the email chain for people who 100% are going to write a review, I have put a link in the description of the video that will lets you sign up for being a reviewer on Goodreads or Amazon, preferably Amazon or both. Either, it doesn't matter. So if you want to do that, shameless plug to all 4 people that watch these videos. If you haven't already signed up, great news. You have an opportunity now in the link in the description of this video. Yay, huzzah. Anyway, that's exciting. I'm getting very ready for it to just get out there. Anywho, after that was like a week ago that I finished. I was churning it out, so I've been waiting to see back about the date in which it will be ready to be published. So we're very excited, very ready. I look like a crazy person. Anyway, this past weekend, Robert and I did a wonderful adventure. We looked to see cheap flights from Dubai to places. If those of you who remember, from Riyadh we went to Naples, Italy for $25. So we were hoping there was something like that from Dubai. Europe was pretty much off the table. They were weird flights like Romania. I feel like I need more than a weekend in Romania. So we didn't do Europe, but we did end up going to Almaty, Kazakhstan. If you don't know where Kazakhstan is, I have put a map here. So not exactly where I thought it was going to be. Anyway, we went to Kazakhstan on Friday, this past Friday, Friday afternoon, really. We got in at night, went and got dinner at a place, one of Robert's work companions and our friend, Masha. We cook food for her. We used to, every other week kind of thing. She's great. She actually lived in Almaty for a while, so she gave us some food suggestions and all that jazz. So first night right off the bat was one of her suggestions. I'm trying to think of actually what we ate. Oh, it was this cute place downtown. It had just snowed, from the sky, snowed, 1.5 meters. I don't know, that's 3 feet or something. Truly, right before we got there. So everything was blanketed. I mean, it looked like Narnia. It was incredible. I've never seen that much snow, not in a true winter place. You think, oh, Finland is covered in snow. Not like Kazakhstan. It was really beautiful. Apparently, though, Almaty has terrible air pollution, because their coal factory, their factory burns coal to heat up the homes in the town. Not great. So it's surrounded by these amazing mountains that you can't see because of all the pollution. Anyway, we land after a 5-hour flight, Wizz Air flight, bouncing around, and we rent a car through Hertz. We're pretty sure it's just this guy's car that he rents to Hertz, to be rented through Hertz. I don't know. It was his car. So he's like, hey, do you mind in broken, because I speak Russian. He was like, do you mind if you actually drop me off at my second job on the way out? And we were like from the airport. We're like, okay. So he's like, I'll drive since I know where it is. And we were like, okay. And then he starts taking all these turns down this sketchy road, industrial park. Think in Colombia, think train tracks out by past Hammond, towards Belgrove, just train tracks, industrial park, just nobody, no street lights, surely no street lights. And I'm sitting there going, this man's gonna kill me. And I'm trying to find a way to ask politely, haha, do you work as a murderer? Luckily, he did not work as a murderer. He just worked in one of the car shop things, I think. I don't actually know. The sign was in Russian. I'm assuming it's a car shop because there were a lot of cars that needed assistance in the parking lot. So he jumped out. He was like, all right, see you Sunday. We were like, okay. We asked, oh, is there any good places to eat? And he was like, no. We were like, oh, okay. Anything we have to see? And he was like, no. Like, oh, you're really, really boosting up the city for us, bud. So then we went to dinner at one of the places Masha suggested. It was like this really cool, it was kind of in the hotel kind of. Like it wasn't a part of the hotel, but it was connected to a hotel. And they had like traditional music come in and play. Sorry, I've got the sniffles and my nose is raw, so I'm trying to not like wipe it. It's raw from the snow and how dry it was. But we ate there. They had us appetizer. It was like a bread bowl. And I was like, oh, sure, we can get a bread bowl. No, it was literally a bowl of like, it's like they took a bunch of dinner rolls and just like chopped them into little cubes and fried them like quickly so that they were crunchy but soft on the inside, like little cubes. So we had a bread bowl, delicious. I had beef. Robert had like horse meat stew. Horse is like a big thing they eat there, like big. They have horse alcohol, horse milk. If you remember when Robert went to Uzbekistan, he drank horse milk and maybe even horse alcohol. I don't know about that. But here, horse is like a big thing, and you have to specify if you want like meat, like horse meat or like beef meat. They don't even have a word. Like beef is cow. No, veal is whatever. No, it's just horse. Horse. So Robert had horse meat. He's a foodie. He does that. I had a bit. It did actually taste like beef. Unfortunately, you wanted it to like have a terrible taste because it's a horse. No, it tastes fine. Anyway, we had that. It was good. We did not get dessert. We got back to our Airbnb was cute. It was down like in like, I don't really actually know what the downtown looks like. It was just a lot of like little clusters of downtowns, I guess. I don't know how to describe it really. Anywho, I don't really know how to describe. It was like in Colombia, there's like the Whole Foods parking lot shopping center, and then there's like the one where the Publix is shopping center, and then like the one where the other Lowe's Foods shopping center. So it wasn't shopping centers, but it was like a bunch of little like, so a collection of restaurants, and then it would be like a neighborhood and like a collection. Doesn't matter. Anyway, our Airbnb was adorable. It was a studio apartment, but it was bigger than our one in Scotland. So that was, yeah. The floors and the wall, I'm pretty sure the walls, everything was heated, so it was very warm. We had to open a window, but then Robert was like, oh, I can feel that the air is polluted. So we had the window cracked because I was pouring sweat. And I woke up soaking wet. I'm like, I'm so sweaty. And Robert's like, I'm freezing. And it's because he's closer to the window. So that was on me. I should have done the mental math and been like, oh, he's going to be cold and I'm going to be hot. Did we fix it for the next night? No. So Saturday rolls around and we're going to go skiing. So we wake up, we go get breakfast, obviously. And then we head to the ski slopes. We have to drive up to the mountain. And you can like see when the air gets clear. Like it actively, like there's smog and then no smog. Like you can see it on the mountain. And we're driving and we got our gear. I mean, I have like, not enough clothes on. But the guy was like, it's going to be warmer on top of the mountain. I'm like, oh, in the snow? No, thank you. I doubt it. So I'm like packing in as much clothes as I can, whatever. We get our gear. I mean, ski boots really hurt. I'm not comfortable in them at all. We get on the like this big, what's that thing called that takes you? It's not a gazebo. It's a, There's one yawn. Lainey, if you're keeping score, it's only one. I've held back 2. What's it called? Gondola, maybe? And it took us like over like 2 mountains to get to the ski mountain. And we got our stuff on and we're looking around. And I'm like, I don't know what the signs say. They're all in Russian. And there's a lot of people, but they're all speaking Russian. So Robert asks one of the people and like ask me a question outfit. And he was like, hi, like we're just looking for the easy slope to start out with. And the lady was like, And he was like, you're like easy. Like, and we're trying to like figure out how to sign like not hard. And she was like, oh, yes, easy. Like, and points to like this line we're in. And Robert's like, okay. So he goes and takes a picture of the map, like on the big screen, to make sure like we could at least like follow the correct path. Like I'm not trying to go off into the woods or something. So we get all the way up there. It's a freezing ride. Absolutely chilled. We get there and I'm like, all right, Robert, pull up the map. And he pulls it up. And since it was like a screen that he took a picture of, the picture was just like this blue screen because of like the pixels, I guess. So instead of it being like the actual image of the map, it was like all the pixels short circuited or whatever. And it's just blue. So we had no map. We just went down like the main one everyone else seemed to be going down. It hurt. did I fall the first time? Yeah, I think I fell a couple times. I was going like towards Robert because he was trying to teach me how to keep my skis like really close together because I was like going like this. And this guy was like zooming down and he zoomed past me and he clipped the back of my skis and I like just took a tumble. I mean, he basically decked me without actually ever touching me. And then the second time we went down, I fell a couple times and I was like, this isn't fun. Like my legs are going everywhere. I'm like, I don't really want to be a part of this anymore. So the second slope, I fell towards the end and my skis stayed on every time the skis stayed on. But the last time I fell, my pole was above me. Like I couldn't reach it, couldn't use my pole to grab it. Like it was far. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like scooting up this like sheer incline, like because all the blue, which means easy in Russian, all the blue color, not the word blue means easy, the blue color. All the blues were closed, of course. So we had to go on orange, which feels way more threatening. Like I feel like the step above blue should be like yellow, and then orange, and then red, and then black. No, it was blue, orange, I don't know, death trap, whatever color their death trap was. But I felt like I was on way harder of a slope than just orange. Like orange is aggressive. It's not the middle step. It's not a medium. Anywho, I was like scooting up and this lady was like zig and zag down and she stopped at my pole, right? This is the pole. This is me like trying to scoot up. She stopped at my pole and I'm like, oh, this nice woman who's been hearing me scream the entire way down because I'm not good at skiing is going to, push my pole down to me. Incorrect. She gets out her phone, takes a picture of me, puts her phone back, puts her glove back on, and skis away. Without, like, taking my pole or giving me... So I started to scoot up and get it, whatever. Robert, you'll see some videos of me skiing. I am very much in the way and not really having a good time. So then after my second one, I was like, I think I'm going to get food. I'm hungry. So I went up to, like, they had a lot of cafes and stuff, so I went and sat up on top of like the rooftop one. I'm in my gear and I got a blanket and I'm watching Robert. I'm eating spaghetti, fettuccine with my tea. Robert does one and he ends up going like off, kind of off the path because they have these like, so you have like the straight path or like the smooth path and you have like the bumpy path and you have like the woodland path and the jump path. So he went on like the bumpy path to see if he could do it or maybe the woods, I don't know. And he was very late arriving for lunch. So we're eating and he's like, oh, you've got to come to the top. You've got to come to the top. So I let him bully me into going to the very top to see the view. And I was like, the phrase, this could have been an email? I would like to adapt that to right now. This could have been a photograph. Like, you could have showed me this in a photograph. I don't need to be here to physically see this rocky, snowy mountain. It's okay. This isn't enriching me because now I have to go down on my skis. And Robert got a beer at the top of the mountain. I got a hot chocolate. Delicious. We saw people with parachutes riding the ski lift. I'm like, what? How do you even ski? Like, how are you even, what? It's because they were paragliding, tandem paragliding. So they like skied and then like just shot off into the sky. I don't know what you do with your skis though. I guess they keep them on. You can't take them off. That's crazy. Anyway, we skied down. I cried the entire time. The whole time. Just tears. Streaming tears. So not ideal. Didn't like it. We stopped after that because I was like, I can't do this. This isn't working for me. Excuse me. So we ended up leaving. I did 3 runs. Robert did 4. I was like, you're going to have to find ski buddies. That's not going to be me. You're going to have to find people who want to go ski with you. I want to sit right here and I want to read a book and I'm going to drink hot chocolate and watch you have the time of your life. Maybe I'll do some bunny slopes kind of thing. With the kiddos. It'll be a bunch of 5-year-olds and then my 28-year-old butt like, let's go! Woohoo! So, we had some time to kill before dinner. I like this really fancy restaurant that Masha sent us to. I do this because it's 500 tenge, which is their like dollar. 500 tenge to $1. So like our ski pass was like, 14,000 tenge or 7,000, whatever it was. And it was just $7. So it was 25, so it was 2,500. No? 3,500 tenge. But it was $7 US. So I'm like, very expensive. Very nice dinner. It was a nice dinner, but it wasn't like expensive. Nothing was expensive. I got like We went shopping Sunday, and I got a really nice bag, like an Osprey bag, hiking bag, for like $35. And usually it's like 200 something. So if anybody needs Christmas presents that are fancy, I can go to Kazakhstan and get them for you. Which I'm pretty sure, well, no, reselling what you own doesn't matter. Anyway, so after we skied, we went straight to the museum. It has this long name, like the State Capital City Museum of the Republic of Kazakhstan. It's very long. It's basically their national museum. It was not great. There was not enough information in English. There wasn't really enough information, like, at all. Full stop. I don't speak Russian, but I can't imagine that, like, the one plaque per room provided enough information. I also didn't know how many, groups of people lived in Kazakhstan, because when it was a part of the Soviet Union, so when the USSR dissipated, or like dissolved, separated, or whatever, crumbled, they would like send people to the countries. I don't know. Robert's reading it and telling me what it says, because I'm looking at all the pretty clothes, because they had like all these outfits in there, and carpets and stuff. So like there's like a whole section for Koreans, and Polish people and Jews had their own section, just not even like a region of Jews, just Jews. The Germans, the Uzbekis, like just a plethora of peoples that I was like, what? Why are they here? Why are the Koreans here? Like, I don't understand. Still don't really understand. And then it was weird to see, I've never been to like a proper Soviet country. I don't think. I'm like trying to think through, like, have I? Not into museums, at least, if I have. And so it was weird to see like a Heroes of the Soviet Union World War II memorial, because, in America, the USSR, Cold War, bad. But, like, they were our allies in World War II, so I'm like, those are us. Like, good, that's depicting like, they won with us. But, like, it's very weird. It was very weird, because I'm sitting there going, what do you know? I did not, unique. It was also weird to see people who looked, it's near China, right? So they look of the Orient, right? They look Asian, but they're speaking like very, very thick Russian. So it was very confusing. So I was like, I don't, it would be like going to a country in South America and they're just ripping out Arabic. You would be like, not what I was expecting you to speak. I was expecting you to speak Spanish or, I don't know, literally anything else. It was just very, very strange. Or like if you went to Kenya, and all the Kenyans spoke Norwegian. Like, it just doesn't, you don't picture that be the language that they'd speak when you are looking at them in the face. So I was very bewildered. Also, Russian looks very hard. There are so many letters. One of them looks like 2 Ks backwards. I don't know, it's very confusing. Anywho, the museum was fun. We went to dinner in this place. Robert was, of course, geeking about it because it had like all this metaphorical whatever nonsense. It was cool, but like I was there for the food. I got more beef. I had so much steak. It was because red meat here in Dubai sucks, and the whole region sucks, to my opinion. So anytime I go somewhere else, I'm like, I would like a filet, please. And the filet was like $17. I'm like, yes, please. I would love that. So Robert said it was the best meal he's ever had. It was like a trout and some apples, like it was a dessert with apple inside. It was cold. It looked like an apple, but it was chocolate. I don't know. It was good. I'm not a big fan of fruits for desserts. Fruits are like snacks or breakfast. Fruits are not dessert. Anyway, it was cool. It was like this nomadic building that represented all the nomads, and the building had moved a couple times, and then it was here, and it represents like all the foods of the nomadic peoples of the region. There's some things that I would love to go to see that like on like the tourism site for Kazakhstan that looked pretty cool, but I don't know if I'll go back to Kazakhstan in general. People weren't very nice. Then we went home and went to bed, passed out. Let's see. Then Sunday we woke up and went hiking. It was really cool. It was like a winter wonderland. Like, I know everybody said that, but it truly was like walking into Narnia. Everything was blanketed in snow. I've never hiked through snow, so I was expecting to be freezing. I had a long underwear, like 3 layers of like shirts and jackets, and I was pouring sweat. I had my scarf wrapped around my waist, had my jacket wrapped around my waist. I was sweating. Robert's like, of course it's warm when you hike through snow. I'm like, oh, of course. I would know. I didn't grow up in snow. So, but you like had to hike up this area. It was like a medium trail, like medium challenge trail. No. At one point you had to go straight up, literally a vertical of like 100 yards. Like, yeah, football field. No, probably about 50 yards. It wasn't 100 yards. Probably about a half football field up. And you had to like literally go straight up in the snow. I'm not wearing like crampons or anything. So the sweet Russian man, like basically he clambered up behind front of me and just grabbed me and threw me up. And then I'm assuming his siblings, maybe his kids, he grabbed them and threw them up. And then he grabbed Robert and threw Robert up. And he wasn't like this big guy. He was like just this regular fella who was just throwing us up there. We went and hiked. We were supposed to see a waterfall. Never did. Didn't even see an icy water, like nothing, just snow. So we came back down. It was lovely. Realizing now that what we had like clambered up before is now slick, we just sat down and just sledded. It was like being in a bobsled, just all the way down and boom. It was actually kind of fun. I wish I would have videoed like me going down because it was kind of fun, but I had my hands braced in case I fell or like hit my face or something. I was prepared. And then after that, we went to some outdoor shops, went to an antique shop, just looking around. I'm still really interested to know like what like the typical home decor for like Kazakhstani people, like Kazakh people is. Like I would love to know like what does their house look like? What are their primary colors that they use when interior designing their home? Things to wonder about. That's it. Then we got on a plane, was delayed, of course, was Air, classic. It was a 5-hour flight. We did not sit together. We did sit together. We got exit seats this time on purpose to like spread out because it left at 9 p.m. and was getting into Abu Dhabi because we had to drive to Abu Dhabi. Was going to get into Abu Dhabi at like midnight. So we're like, okay, well, we'll get exit seats. We'll sleep. It'll be perfect. And instead, it wasn't because the exit row like handles don't come up. So we couldn't lay on each other. So then we both were like wide awake and it was delayed. So then we were getting in at 1. So we didn't end up getting in until 2. So we left Abu Dhabi at 2:15 and got back here to our apartment at like 3:30, 3:45 and just passed out. We were plumb tired 2 nights ago. Plumb tired. I'm sure I'm forgetting something when Robert sends me the pictures and videos because, you know, he's very specific about what pictures and videos go up. I'll probably remember something and throw in a video about it. But other than that, the only other update is that I have a job. I don't know if I said that last time. I work part-time at a rare bookstore above a cafe. I got locked in from work on Thursday when I closed down. Like I closed our shop and the cafe closed below me. And I was like, oh, I'll run to the bathroom before I leave. And then I ran to the bathroom and the cafe person saw me walk towards the door. So she thought it was gone and locked the whole building. So then I had to call my boss and be like, hi, I'm trapped. I am trapped in the building. So not great. Anywho, this weekend we're going to Fujairah with our friends for Trevor's birthday. So it's Massa's partner, Trevor. His birthday was the 13th. So we're going with them to Fujairah on Saturday. It's like the beachy town we usually go scuba-ing at. So we're going to go stay at a resort and hang out on the beach together. And then the next week is Robert's birthday, March 28th. Put it in your calendars. It's going to be almost 30, 29. The big 29. Can you believe it? So we're going to do he wants a low-key Texas Roadhouse dinner, obviously. And then he wants to go camping next weekend, but it's getting kind of hot. So we might just end up hiking a bunch, like each day just hiking a bunch because it is very warm. And I don't know if we can camp warm. I think we might be sweaty, and I'm pretty mean when I'm sweaty when I sleep. But we'll see. It's his birthday, so it'll be whatever he wants. If you need a birthday present idea, I've got some, so text me or email me or whatever. Also, let's see. After Robert's birthday, we come back. The next weekend, we go to Bali, and we're in Bali for 2 weekends, so we're there for like 10 or 12 days. And then I have 1 weekend, and then I come home. So we get back from Bali on the 14th of April, and then I head to the US of A on the 25th. We head to Riyadh on the 24th because my flight's at like midnight the morning of the 25th. So on the 24th, we'll go to Riyadh, get dinner with our friends in Saudi, and then I'll be on my journey home. It's a whirlwind. So I told Robert, I said, we have 1 free weekend between now and when I get to go home. So we'll have to find something to do. I'll have to pack it in. He was like, knowing you're going to want to pack everything. You're so right. So he said I'm not allowed to pack for Bali yet, which is fine because I want to go camping. Or not camping. I want to go shopping for new stuff anyway because I'm not taking a lot, you know. But, you know, you got to have a fresh fit kick in, you know, look all good. So I'm hoping that they'll have like Eid sale for stuff, or like end of Ramadan sale whilst here. So that maybe, just maybe, I can get some cute new stuff. I don't need like fancy stuff. I can go to like, well, I can't go to the H&M, they have slavery, or the Zara, they also have slavery, or the Gap, they also have slavery, or the Starbucks. So like, not for slavery, but you know, political reasons. So I gotta find a new place that's like H&M that would have bathing suits, you know? There's a place called Lefties. I digress. Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your time, and it's only been a 2-week update. So enjoy the pictures. If I have anything, I'll add it at the end. Toodaloo! We just drove an hour and 30 minutes to Abu Dhabi. Robert drove. We're getting on a plane to, what is it? Oh.
Almaty.
Kazakhstan. Here we go. So Robert got stopped for whatever reason. So I got to go through while he had to go talk to like the border people. And so I'm walking around. I was like, oh, well, while you wait in those long lines, I'll go get us snacks. Because, you know, I got to eat on a 5-hour flight. And so I'm walking through. I'm sorry. What can I get for snacks? Hermes, the store? Whatever that word is. Like, okay, there's a chocolate cafe, a Dior. Like, this is all fancy shit.